Hey, Remar nurses, it is Monday, so that means that this video is our Motivational Monday video. I'm here to bring you a perfect start to your week of studying and preparing for NCLEX or just being a fantastic nurse, because some of you guys have already taken your NCLEX and passed, and you will definitely want to hear about the topic for today. Hello, everyone. You definitely want to hear about the topic for today, which is nurses in poverty. Nurses in poverty. It is a kind of interesting relationship, but it goes together appropriately for our topic today. So come on in. This is Motivational Monday. Motivational Monday. And I am super excited to be with you. Hey, you guys know that there is just 2 more weeks until we do our wait, hold on one second. Wrong one. 2 more weeks until we do our Remar Nurse University. And this will be an awesome event. I cannot even speak. I can't even say too many great things about it. I'm super excited for everyone that we have who has registered. Trust me, this is going to be something. I mean, it's going to be bigger than Black Friday. It's going to be bigger than 7 days of NCLEX. This will be our month-long. Content review. Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be coming to you right here from Facebook, and we will be going through the content from the DVD self-study program. And you guys who have the program, this is really going to ramp up your studying, because I will be bringing you information that is in the DVD self-study program, but also additional information that you will probably more than likely see on your NCLEX exam. So it's going to help you to just build on that foundation. Those of you who don't have the DVD self-study program, I want you to come and I want you to experience what a content review looks like. So if you need to adjust your studies habits for NCLEX, you can do so early on, because there is a right way to study for this test. Hey everyone, I'm talking about Remar Nurse University. Are you signed up for it yet? I hope that you are, and I hope that you have told a friend about it. It's totally free. It's a totally free NCLEX review right here on Facebook. I know I've been getting a lot of emails about it. So I will definitely be talking more about it, but today is Motivational Monday, and I have to talk about our topic at hand today, which is, I'm so glad you're signed up for it, which is nursing and poverty. Now, I have some notes here. I want to start by motivating you guys, because we're still having Remar nurses to pass their NCLEX exam. So let me take away the nursing and poverty, because it's not just nursing and poverty when you pass your NCLEX exam. It's congratulations. So our first testimonial, I want to read it because I think it's so powerful to hear the words of people who've passed. Alexis wrote on the Facebook page. You guys can check it out. She says, "I'm so thankful. This morning, I took NCLEX for the 3rd time and passed it, thanks to Remar Review. That was such a huge relief off my shoulders, because I was determined, patient, and used Remar Review. I was able to answer questions that weren't familiar to me by knowing the content." She says, "Regina, you were so encouraging and positive to me on my journey, and I thank you so much for helping me. Thanks to Remar Review, I am now Alexis Guy, LPN." So I love the words in here. She said she was determined and patient. And I think that's definitely characteristics that you have to take on when you're studying, because this is not an exam that you can cram for. You have to be patient. You have to give yourself time to go over the information and then go back over the information and identify your weak areas, but at the same time, not beating yourself up for having weak areas. This is a process, and it's definitely, like she said, it's a journey. And on that journey, you have to be nice to yourself. The next testimonial was a video testimonial that we got, which I am loving. Are you guys loving the video testimonials? Sometimes I will just listen to them. I'll go back and just listen to them because I just want that positive energy. So Sujata, she is an international nursing student from Nepal, and she was able to get her NCLEX RN license in 75 questions. So I printed out her picture here, but you can watch her video on Facebook. She says she learned the content with the DVD self-study. Hi, Alexis. Alexis is on here. Alexis, we congratulate you today. You're a nurse now. Congratulations. This has been an amazing month for testimonials. And as we're coming to an end, we're still wanting to spotlight those who have crossed over to the licensed side of nursing. There's many more to follow, you guys. But thank you so much for giving your testimony because it helps. It helps. And yes, to everyone that tested today and this week, we have prayer for you. We're praying for you. So the anxiety will go away. And like Alexis, you will remember the things that you've studied and you will be able to clear your boards, right? That's the hope of everybody, just to get their exam done and out of the way so that they can start their career in nursing. So without further ado, I want to talk about our topic for today, which is nursing and poverty. Nursing and poverty. What's the relationship? I found a really interesting article, and I thought that it would definitely put a fire under those of you who needed to take their exam or who were like getting into the mindset like, I failed it. Should I go back and test again? Yes, you definitely should go back. You definitely should give yourself another opportunity because you already put in the majority of the work. You went to nursing school. You graduated nursing school. So don't let this little test stop you. However hard it will be, don't let it stop you. There was an article that came out and it said that, oh, you guys may not be able to, let me make it big. It said a prescription for poverty is a career in nursing. Isn't that interesting? So instead of it saying a prescription for poverty being a college degree or military career, I mean, it says a career in nursing. And if you think about what that means, and this is an article that was backed by a national newspaper and also a television station, and they were essentially encouraging people from different walks of life to get into a career of nursing. And if I read the article, and it was like a man who had some difficulties in his life where he didn't finish high school and he went back and got his GED and he wanted a stable career. They were saying get into nursing. And just different walks of life and different people, all different ages, they were saying, if you want to be part of the middle class, get into nursing. And it's like this career that you guys are already educated for will be extremely significant to what your future looks like. And there are many, many, many people who are desiring to possess the skills that you have, desiring to get into the classrooms that you've already been into. And so it should kind of put a fire under you to really get your license so that you can begin working, because the financial benefits of being a nurse are great. They are, but we know that it is a lot of hard work, okay? A lot of hard work comes before you experience this cure to poverty or access to the middle class. And I know the article went on to talk about, though, how the idea of the middle class is changing because of technology incorporated into nursing. And so there were several points of the article that I kind of summarized here, but it says that in the healthcare field, what they're seeing is that artificial intelligence will essentially begin to take over jobs that are done in the healthcare system and take over positions that people now fill. So I know you guys have seen them. If you're working in the hospital now, you know that there are robots that can deliver medications from unit to unit, or there are robots that they deliver meals. They deliver meal trays. Am I the only one that has seen this before? Let me know if you've interacted with a robot on any level in the hospital. You guys know that there are robots that doctors use to perform surgeries. And so it was just in the article, it was stressing the fact that computers can be trained to take over and do the functions that people do. One of the jobs that it was talking about would be I don't want to say this because it's kind of bad, but one of the jobs that artificial intelligence computers, they're being programmed to do is radiology. Okay, so the diagnostic exams, computers are being prepped to take over that position. So I know that there's a lot of radiology techs that work currently. And so they have to think about what the job projection is going to look like in the next 10, 15 years. All right. So technology is definitely going to take the priority in healthcare because it's a investment. The machines last longer. The machines don't call off for sick days. They don't get paid retirement. So you will see this trend. There was actually an app that I was reading about that helps patients determine when their renal failure is getting worse. So it will ask the patient to put in the symptoms that they're having every day, and the app will keep track of the patient's health care for them. So that incorporation into technology. All right, so Tracy said she was on the elevator with a robot. Yes, the other day, right? All right, I know. So I almost got ran over by one. Those things, when they are programmed to get somewhere, they will get somewhere and they will tell you, please move out of my way. And I was just like, okay, I had somewhere to be too, but of course I moved out of the way because that robot was like 500 pounds. But in all aspects of technology being incorporated into healthcare, there is already the understanding that what we do as nurses involves so much personal touch, involves so much emotional support to our patients that the robots are never going to be able to replicate what we do as nurses. So nursing is immune to this change. I mean, we will incorporate technology to be more effective, of course. We're already doing it now. If you think about maybe 15 years ago, the charting was all in paper. It were all folders and binders that you kept of your patient's records. Pretty much that's gone now. So we will incorporate technology, but yeah, there's never going to be a replacement for the personal touches that nurses provide. And one of the reasons why there is such a need for nurses is because that thought that nurses weren't essential was a popular thought at one time. And nurses, well, people interested in nursing, they were discouraged from going into the field. So this is the future, and the beauty of being a nurse is that our jobs are essentially immune from changes like that. Nursing is the fastest growing and largest portion of healthcare workers. And the supply, even though we know hundreds of thousands of nursing students are graduating and taking NCLEX and passing NCLEX, the demand for nurses still outweighs the supply. So I kind of wanted to get your guys' thoughts. What do you think is causing the shortage of nurses? Why is there a shortage of nurses, do you guys think? I have wrote down some of my own thoughts why I think there is a shortage of nurses right now. And my one thing is that I think that just as fast as people are entering into the nursing field, and I talked about this before, just as fast as people are entering into the nursing field, I think that a lot of new nurses are exiting because of unsafe conditions in the work environment. I think that's a big one. We work so hard for our license. I'm talking about right now, I'm talking about the nursing shortage and why there is a nursing shortage. But when you're a nurse and like you're a new nurse and you get hired, you can be given a full set of patients very quickly because there is such a demand. There is such a demand for patient care because of all the sickness. I love your word. Because of all the sickness there is out there. So it is very stressful and it can be very, very overwhelming for a new nurse if you don't get in there with the expectation that is so much different from nursing school. So I think that's one of them. And new nurses are like, I can't do this. It's too stressful. I can't take it. I would say don't leave nursing. Just switch jobs if you can. Retirement is huge, Sharon. Retirement is huge. All of those nurses that got into the career in the 70s, they are now getting ready to retire. It is a ton of nurses that are leaving this field, and it's going to open up a huge space for somebody to enter. And I'm not talking about just regular, nurses. I'm talking about nurses at every level: LPNs, RNs, nurse educators, nurse professors. They're all getting ready to retire. Candace, that was something I had on my list too. You put working doubles and getting mandated. I also had long hours and mandatory hours. Nothing can make you madder than at the end of your shift when your unit manager comes on and say, I'm mandating you for another 4 hours. That right there will make you you got to read your handbook. When you get that handbook, when you first get hired, you better read it because you better know your rights to say, you cannot mandate me 2 times in a week or 2 times in a month. It's in there. And nurses who don't read their handbook, sometimes you miss very vital information. New nurses eat new nurses. Yes, I like that. And it's all about the culture of nursing. For it to be such a shortage, sometimes the entry into nursing is not ideal for baby nurses because instead of educating us, the older nurses try to eat us. And it's just like, hey, what's going on here? Do you guys need my help or no? And they definitely do. So I got you. Bullying in nursing is a real situation. I myself have experienced it. Another reason is not enough educators. Nursing schools have to limit the amount of students that they can accept because they just don't have the teachers to teach everyone. They don't have the clinical instructors to assist everyone in their nursing skills. So they have to cut down their admission rates to very, very small groups. And I think that's why they have to put in all the testing. Also, they have to put in, the certain GPAs that you must have. And nursing school is very expensive too. Another thing that helps to create a nursing shortage is something I just mentioned, is the testing. The entrance exams, the exit exams, the NCLEX exam, which I do know is for public safety, but listen, let me just say this to you guys, and this might shock you guys to hear me say this, but I've never been to prison before, okay? I've never been arrested. I've never been to jail. But when I went in there to take that NCLEX exam, I felt like a prisoner. It was very, it was like a maximum security prison. Actually, they're scanning me. I'm threatened. I have to be quiet. I have to sit still. All of those things affect you mentally as a person, okay? Because never had I been in a situation like that before. On top of that, I had to take this huge exam. It was unbelievable, and this is the environment that we're supposed to perform under, to get our nursing license. And it's like, it's not even comfortable at all. It's not. You guys, they don't even make it easy for you to prove that you can handle the job. All right. So some of these things they contribute to the nursing shortage, and it's a worldwide crisis, not just in the US. You can find this everywhere. Everywhere it needs nurses. So one statistic said that by 2030, which is not very long away, there will be 2 million nurses that are needed. So they may want to think about, and I definitely see this too, because there will be such a shortage of nurses that the pay for nurses is going to go way up. Already right now, it's like hospitals are doing everything they can to attract nurses to them. So it is, sign-on bonuses, relocation bonuses that you guys will all have access to. Alexis, you can look at those things. Another challenge, though, for the nursing shortage is that hospitals, what did I have here? Hospitals, they have an issue hiring nurses with little to no experience. And I think that totally has to change, because they're thinking about the nurses with the 30 and the 20-year experience that they value and they love so much. Well, those nurses don't exist anymore. They have to change the way they think. If you want to replace those seasoned nurses, you have to hire new nurses with no experience. You have to be able to accept a new graduate coming in and train them to work proficiently. And this is a huge barrier that a lot of new NCLEX passers are facing, because hospitals don't want to hire nurses without any experience. But those that want to be around in the next 5 years, they do. They hire nurses. They know how to treat nurses, whether they have experience or not. So highly, highly suggest that you guys look for hospitals with new grad programs and still continue to apply. Even if a hospital says they are looking for somebody with 2+ years experience, go ahead and apply to that hospital, because 9 times out of 10, the research and the statistics show that they're in need of nurses, okay? They're in need of nurses. I agree, Sharon. Also, we need better preceptors and better instructors. And so this pay that I'm putting here is an average. Of course, if you're in a bigger city like out west in California, you can definitely make more money there. I know nurses in California that are making $75 an hour, $90 an hour. But of course, the cost of living out there is a little bit higher, So we're talking about here nursing shortage, nursing in poverty, how your career in nursing makes you, as they say, immune from poverty. It's an interesting concept. The U.S., of course, is running out of nurses. There is this huge gap that is coming upon us like a flood. And so international nurses are definitely needed to help fill that gap. So here at Remar Review, we specialize in helping international nurses get their NCLEX done and passed. So we welcome you here. You guys are super important to helping the nursing process take place here. Okay, so I wanted to share this with you guys too, because I saw this article, and it actually gave every state a grade in terms of the nursing shortage that was happening and that will take place. So this might be very, very beneficial to some of you who are trying to decide, okay, after I get my license, where do I want to move? Where do I have the best choices? for being hired? Where will my work situation be ideal? And so what I'm going to show you here is basically grades for every state. So here, let me show you. And if you can't read it, I'll read it to you. Basically, it lists the state, and then at the last two columns, it will give the state a grade for 2009 and then a grade for 2030. So you can see if a state will be improving or if they will have more of a shortage. Like the first state is Connecticut, which in 2009, it has a C+, but in 2030, there is a C-. So it'll be a small change there in terms of the nursing shortage. They will only need 3,000, about 3,000 or 3,200 nurses by 2030. Don't worry, I got you. Okay, if you go down to the south, let's see. Let's look at Florida. Florida in 2009 had a C. They had a C, and by 2030, they will actually have an F. In Florida, they will need 128,364 nurses. Okay. It will be the same thing with Georgia as well. Georgia, they have a 43,000 nurse deficit, so they will get an F for 2030. So these are states that will be in dire need of getting their exam. Getting their nurses license, passing their exam in order to fill these positions, okay? In order to fill these positions. And this chart to me was just like mind-blowing because it really depicts state by state the need for nurses. So there were 12 states that got Fs. Like it will be a very bad situation. So the states they got Fs were listed here. Let me show you. I'll just make it big. Yeah, the states that got Fs were Florida, Georgia, Texas, Virginia, Alaska. Alaska will need almost 3,000 nurses in their state, which is a lot of nurses for that area. California, I think I mentioned California already. California will need 193,000 nurses. They will have 193,000 nurse vacancies. Hawaii as well. Hawaii will have about 7,000 nurse vacancies they'll need to fill. Idaho, Montana, Nevada, and New Mexico. So the nursing shortage is real. The nursing shortage is real. And there will be some issues that systemically hospitals will have to rectify. They will have to address how they're going to field. I mean, California needs almost 200,000 nurses. All right. Florida, 130,000 nurses because they're, that's where people go to retire. That's where all those baby boomers are retiring. And they're going to definitely have to change the pay rate, the compensation in order to make working in those retirement communities, in those hospitals, attractive. So this is the time to get your license. This is the time for you to get into the field and gain your experience. I will put a complete list up. I'll try to put a complete list up or screenshot the chart that I have here and make it a post on Facebook so you guys can see it, okay? And the fire alarm is going off here, but they've been testing it all day, so I'm not gonna worry about it. See, it's off now. But so the nursing shortage is real. The nursing shortage is real. What you got for me, Mark? Okay, so I'm trying to motivate you guys. This is Motivational Monday. This is Motivational Monday for you all. Let me see one more in the South. Let me say, who else? I'm just going to read the ones that I have for you guys. Connecticut, I read Connecticut. Maine will need 1,800 nurses. They went from a B to a C. Massachusetts will need 9,000. Alabama is going to need about 8,000 nurses. And I actually do see, hi guys, I actually do see Alabama making steps to recruit nurses. That's a state that I personally have contact with, and I think they're getting prepared for it. So it's real, it's real, it's real, it's real. Nursing shortage, what we need to do. All right. So how can you guys take advantage of this nursing shortage? How can you guys take advantage of it? Well, there will be some advantages, okay? And I talked about how, yes, hospitals will make their nurses more comfortable because they are not going to want you to leave. They are not going to want to lose any nurses during this time. So I think nurses in general will be celebrated. They will be recognized. And it will be a really good time for you to take advantage of the educational opportunities, and also any career, any upward career movements that you can make. Because like I said, there will be a lot of nurse professors, a lot of nurse educators, a lot of clinical nurse specialists that will be exiting and retiring. And you are primed to fill those positions. Also, in the culture of nursing, I think there will be more attention to bullying, to staff members who I have here who underperform, who make the culture of the unit disagreeable. I think that managers will be more prone to deal with issues instead of just walking away or hiding or sweeping them under the rug. The issues will be dealt with because the nursing situation will be very dire. And there will be an increase in teamwork because nurses, I think, they have compassion on patients, and then also they understand that the nursing care is a continuum. So making sure that you leave the patient in the best position for the next nurse, no matter how we treat each other. I've noticed on the unit, nobody wants to be the nurse that, didn't pass all her meds before she left. Typically, you want to get your work done, and that makes for a smoother environment for everybody. So there will definitely be some advantages to the nursing shortage if you guys are preparing for it and thinking about it proactively now. So how can you position yourself for the best? Pass your state boards now, of course. Get into the field, get started working. Consider specializing. I know a lot of you guys want to work in certain sections of nursing, pediatrics, geriatrics, whatever it is. Try to get into that niche so that you can build a foundation, okay? And don't be afraid to go for online education. I think a lot of people, particularly in nursing, the people that I have met, the people whose articles I read, and some of them, they went to online school, and I think there is starting to move away of the stigma that's associated with online programming, particularly in nursing, because there are some very good ones out there. So if you guys are like clamoring over what school you want to go back to for your RN, for your master's, for your PhD, whatever, consider online school, okay? Also travel, okay? Travel nursing is amazing. I was able to do it for 2 years. I went all over. I left my little small town in Ohio. Yes, LPNs can be travel nurses too. I left my small town in Ohio and I went to Los Angeles. I went to DC, which I already worked in DC, but I went down there as a traveler. Minnesota. Where else did I go to? It's not leaving me. I don't know. I mean, I was all over, and it was a wonderful experience. I was making all kinds of money at the time. I don't even know what I was doing with the money because I didn't have any kids. I wasn't married, but it was a good experience for me, because when you get into travel nursing, you get a good feeling of how to negotiate your pay, also how to ask for incentives. Like when I did an assignment out in Los Angeles, my flight was paid for. When I got off the plane, I got into a rental car, that was paid for. And I went to a nice hotel, and that is where I lived for the duration of my contract. So literally, I had no living expenses that I had to pay for except for food. And it's something that you have to be comfortable with. Travel nursing, I know you guys like it. It sounds nice. You do make a lot of money. I had 2 years of experience, and then I went into travel nursing for a little while. So you have to have that experience. You have to be able to get on a unit and start working. You know, you may or may not get an orientation depending on how people are feeling you. You know, the charge nurse will give you your assignment. She'll show you how to use the equipment, like the pumps and things that may be different. I did travel nursing on a cardiac telemetry unit, so my patients were fairly stable. So it wasn't too stressful, but you certainly have to know how to do certain things on your own. You have to know how to start your own IVs. You have to be competent giving your medications and prioritizing care. Travel assignments are not the place where you go up to people and say, you know, I really don't know how to do an NG tube. Can you do this for me? No, they're not going to do it for you. You're making 2.5 times more than they're making. You're going to do the work that you're getting paid to do. Okay. So you have to be very competent with your nursing skills before you do travel nursing. But the benefits are there. They're definitely and most certainly there. Like I said, I got a car, I got a house, and these are just because these are things that I required. I got out, when I got out to Los Angeles, there were nurses out there who signed a contract without having a car. And so it wasn't even an Uber back then. They were taking taxis to work and catching the bus to work. No, you don't do that as a travel nurse. So when you want to get into travel nurse, guys, email me. Let me know. Let me talk to you about it before you sign contracts, okay? But it is definitely an option. Considering we're talking about how to position yourself in nursing for a wonderful career. And of course, experience is great to have before considering traveling, okay? So, yes, what's a good entry place, okay? So, all right, my tips today for Motivational Monday, we were talking about nursing poverty. So what I really wanted to do was get you guys excited about nursing and talk to you guys about the potential that is there and how your skills are going to be very desirable as a nurse. Here in the next couple of years, nurses are going to be like diamonds, okay? They are going to be so rare, and hospitals are going to be doing everything that they can to keep you guys, but you got to get into it. And I think that also with the increased amount of testing that is coming our way, the testing processes are going to be more difficult. So I want you guys to get started now. Remember, you are responsible for making your dreams come true. Nobody else is going to hand it to you. Nobody else is going to give it to you. The things that you want, you have to go after. You have to get out there. You have to make the sacrifices. It's all there. Everything that you want is there. You just have to go out and get it. Nobody can do that for you. So let's say it. I can't, here we go. I can, I will, and I must. That's our class motto. That is what we believe. We believe that you can, you will, and you must, because you have no other choice. You have no other choice. You guys have to do this. I am going to help you get there, but you got to take the first step. And the first step for you guys, if you have not done it, the first step for you guys is to sign up for Remar Nurse University. I can't tell you how excited I am about this. And I'm going to give you guys this as a sneak preview of the workbook. It's coming. It's coming for you guys. And you know what? I am really, really like in love with this workbook. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. Just a preview of it. It will be a workbook that you guys will have to print out and bring it. Somebody asked me when it is. It's going to be, I'm releasing it next Monday. So if you signed up for it, this workbook will come right to your email, and it'll basically be pages that you are going to fill out with me May 7th, not by yourself. I don't want you to try to feel like there's a lot of blanks here, just like how I do the other reviews. I don't want you to try to fill out these boxes by yourself, even if you have the DVD package, because some of this stuff will be like, oh yeah, I know this. No, you don't, because I'm giving you guys new information that you will be adding to your DVD package. So I am excited for you to have this workbook. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one, okay? The first day, we're going to go over a couple of topics. I'm going to start with the developmental milestones. I'm going to do a good pediatrics review for you guys. And I want to thank everybody that helped me with this workbook, because I wanted to make it as realistic as possible for you guys. So all the things that you struggled with pediatrics, I've been compiling them. When you guys send me emails, I keep them, I compile them. I say, okay, I have to do a video, or I have to do a review on this subject because so-and-so said that they needed help with it. So this is what our workbook will look like for Remar Nurse University. And we will be using this to fill out our content review for NCLEX. And remember, guys, this is a free NCLEX review. So literally, there's no excuse. And it's on Facebook. There's no reason for you guys not to be here. If you are taking NCLEX anytime in the future, you want to be here. All right. There's a link on the video. There's a link on this video for you to sign up. I am going over the information that will be on your NCLEX exam. Okay. So tell a friend, we got 2 weeks left. There's no need for you to prepare. Just print out the workbook, get ready. There will be homework that you will have to do. That is when you will need to prepare. But wait till I give you the information first, okay? So next Monday, when I get on here for Motivational Monday, be back here, because I will be going over the workbook. I will be sending it out. I want to make sure that you guys got it. So I need you to tell me if you got it, if you didn't get it, so we can work out all those things. And then 7 days after that, we will be doing our Remar Nurse University. What time is it? It is 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're in a different time zone, you better translate it. You better calculate it so that you're not late. People are asking me, is this going to be on YouTube? Is this going to be on Instagram? I don't know for sure, but it will definitely be on Facebook. So be here. You don't want to miss it, because it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I am looking forward to all the testimonials of people saying, hey, that was on my NCLEX exam. Thank you so much for going over it. Remar Review, class of 2008. We will be here to help you succeed and get your license, because we love those testimonials and we love giving back. No, don't worry. This hasn't gone out yet. This is me just showing you guys that it's real. It's here. It's real. It's going out next Monday. So next Monday, you'll get it. Okay? I can. I will. I like that, Aline. I can. I will. I must, with the grace of God and Remar. I like that. All right? Don't worry. Yes, this is for PN. I see your questions. This is for PN. I want my PN students to be there too. because a lot of the foundations of nursing are the same for RN and PN. So there's no reason why you can't come to this review and learn priority, okay? Because your priority is going to be the same. You need to know who's the most acute patient in a series of, you need to know about pediatrics and how kids understand certain diseases and illnesses. Don't count yourself out, okay? Because I was thinking about you when I did this NCLEX review. RN and PN, I want you guys both to be there because you will learn. You will learn how to learn. There's nothing for you to prepare. I'm getting emails from people saying, I want to prepare for Remar Nurse University. There's nothing for you to do. You just have to come because I'm going to show you how to study, okay? For Florida, it's 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's the same time. Ohio and Florida, 8 p.m. All right. So we'll be right here. If you're at work or if you can't catch all of it, don't worry. Don't worry. We'll leave it up for a little while. Okay. But make sure that you're here. What time in Canada? I don't know what time in Canada. Canada's so big. I don't know. So there's different time zones in Canada. I don't know. You guys are gonna have to convert it or figure it out because I don't know every time zone. I'm sorry. I know we have people signed up all over in Nigeria and Jamaica. I want you all to be here. I just don't know the time. We're gonna figure it. If you have a specific time zone, then maybe I can Google it for you. Okay. All right. Texas is 1 hour. Is 1 hour behind us? We're gonna look, okay? If you have a specific time, email me. You guys know you can email us anytime if you have questions or comments about any of the products. I forgot to say that we'll be running a sale also on the DVD self-study package where the package will be $50 off, okay? So it will be a $50 discount on the whole package, which is an amazing sale. It is an amazing sale. I like that. No need to see the entire staircase. Just take the first step. Thank you for helping me with that time zone. So yes, the DVD package. And as we're going through the live content review, you will see a lot of the information from the DVD package. So if you ever wanted to try the DVD package out, this will be a good opportunity for you to try it out, but to also see, hey, I need to study certain areas, or you may think like, hey, I'm really comfortable with management. I'm really comfortable with priority, or I'm really comfortable with EKGs, because I'm going to go over EKGs, and I'm also going to simplify it and make it digestible. All right, and it's only going to take me like, I don't know, 6 minutes maybe. So it'll be a good review. The sale starts, that's such a good question. The sale starts the first day in May. The sale starts the first day in May. So get ready, because this is going to be like our summer sale. So take advantage of it, okay? For you guys who need it. Not $50 off. $50 off for the RN and PN. Again, this is the workbook. It's coming to you on next Monday. It's coming on next Monday. Print it out. Print it out in color. Print it out in color, so you don't have to. And just look over the information. Let's just look over the topics that we will be studying and get excited, because I am. And then we can all be excited together next week when I go over it. Continue to send your questions to us. This is a major event. I'm taking you guys to the next level. Consider this your advanced study session. Remember how we did advanced study sessions? This is the advanced study session for the month of May, and it's lasting the entire month. The sale is lasting all month. The review sessions are every Monday, and I'm going to just keep on challenging you guys, because NCLEX is so much more than just memorizing facts. You have to be able to take the content and apply it. And as I was doing the homework for today, I'm doing the homework for you guys so that when I go over it, I have all the bases covered. I'm thinking to myself, man, Regina, these scenarios that I'm giving you guys are not at all just pick the right number. They are so much more about what is relevant to my patient at this time. What is relevant to my patient at this time? And I think that just helps us to challenge our critical thinking and our clinical judgment, which is what NCLEX is all about. Safety, safety, safety. And a lot of these scenarios, you guys have never been in before, but you will know the content and you'll be able to apply it, okay? So how many Mondays will the review be? It will be every Monday in May. Every Monday in May, we will do content and we'll do questions. And we'll do content and then we'll do questions, because that's how you should be studying. Not going to start with just I'm not going over 100 questions with you guys. I'm not going to do it, okay? Because that's not the way that you study. We're going to apply that content. Yep. So if you're testing at the end of May or the beginning of June, have yourself at this review. This is really going to help you to be more confident before you test. And I even had people that said, I was supposed to test in May, but now I'm testing in June because of Remar Nurse University. I want to do it before I test. Okay. So it's a good opportunity for us all to be more prepared. That's all. So you guys will get this again. This is a free Facebook NCLEX review. You have to have Facebook in order to participate. And I love the live comments. I'm going to be challenging you guys. I'm going to be expecting you guys to answer. It will be very interactive, but friendly. We're gonna be friendly, and we're going to encourage each other. Even when people get the wrong answers, we're going to make sure that we all are on the same page by the end of the review. I don't know what's going on. The fire. Thank you guys for persisting with me throughout this fire drill. But yeah, so good stuff. This stuff coming up here, Remar Review. We have so many cool things planned for you guys. It's like we can't release them all at one time, and so they just come up and we share them with you as they come. But thank you guys so much for studying with me, because it means a lot. It means a lot when you put work into something and then you see people appreciate it and participate. So we have over 3,000 signed up for Remar Nurse University. So it should be a really cool event. People from all over the world coming to study with us, share their knowledge, and we can all learn from each other, which is really, really cool to be able to get everyone's different perspective and experience, because you guys teach me and you guys help me to make Remar Review a better NCLEX review for what you need. The website, this is a good question. The website is remarreview.com. And you can go there and you can check out, shop around, look around. We have the free trial academy that you can take in the meantime while you're waiting for Remar Nurse University. You can do the free trial academy while you're there. And that's just an online review where you can download a workbook and watch video lectures and do some practice quizzes just to see where you are. Also, we have links to the YouTube channel where you can watch videos where I'm talking about various topics that will help you study for NCLEX. Get on the Facebook page and listen to those video testimonials that we have of people who've passed to encourage yourself when you don't feel like studying. Sometimes you don't feel like studying and you're like, I can't do this anymore. I will just continue to work wherever for the rest of my life. I just can't do it. You can do it. I'm talking to you who think it's impossible. It's totally possible. And there are many, many nurses here that will encourage you. If you don't feel like doing it, you feel like giving up, you cannot give up. I'm sending you guys a personal invitation to join Remar Nurse University starting May 7th. So no excuses, no excuses. You guys will have to be here for that. Okay, I am going to go. It is Monday. You've had your motivation for the week. Nursing, a cure to poverty. Nursing, a cure to poverty. It was a great discussion. Thank you guys so much for participating with me. I will see you next Monday for our next Motivational Monday. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.